Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Montefusco and I am a lover of all things makeup. I love mainstream makeup, I love indie makeup, I love beautiful eyeshadows, I love glossy lips, I love everything when it comes to makeup. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a first impressions slash demo of some new products that I got from Sephora. So I got a few things from Sephora recently, just felt like making a bit of an order. So I got some products from Natasha Denona, which previously was a brand that I've never tried before. And I also got a lip gloss from Tower 28. And I believe that's it. So I'm gonna be trying 3 different Natasha Denona products today, which are the Foundation X foundation, the eye primer, which was recommended by Annette's Makeup Corner. And also, by the way, the foundation was recommended by Angelica Nikavist. And also one of their eyeshadow palettes, one of their mini palettes. And then from Tower 28, trying one of their lip glosses. So if you are interested in seeing my first impressions of these products, you should definitely keep on watching. So my face is already primed, so I don't need to worry about that. So the next step that I do after I put on my Glossier Future Dew and my Becca Backlight Priming Filter is I go in with foundation. So today's foundation, as I mentioned before, is the Natasha Denona Foundation X. I have the shade 4Y, so this is the lightest shade that has a warm yellow kind of undertone to it, which my skin has a yellow undertone to it. So I'm going to apply this foundation with my beauty sponge. So this is actually a different beauty sponge than the one I was using previously. I've switched to the AOA Studios beauty sponges because A, they're $1, and B, they're a really nice sponge. And so this is the AOA Studios beauty sponge. I have like a pack of 6 of them that I got for probably like $6. So these are great. I love them, so I'm gonna use that to apply the foundation. Right off the bat, I would say this is giving quite luminous finish. Maybe it's because of the primer and because of the oil serum I used before putting on my foundation, but this is a very luminous finish. I think the shade match is also really good, so if you're really pale and have more of a yellow undertone, I think 4Y is definitely the way to go. It's spread on really easily. I like how it's looking on the skin. I'm curious to see how it will last throughout the day. So of course I'll give my updated thoughts eventually in another video, but my favorite foundation is the Pat McGrath one, and I would say it's pretty comparable to that in coverage, where it's light, pretty light to medium coverage maybe. I only put on 1 layer, but I don't think I'd put on another. The only complaint that I have is that this pump is just not good quality, especially compared to the Pat McGrath. Like the Pat McGrath pump feels luxurious, this pump feels super cheap. And so for the price that you're paying for this foundation, which it is a little bit cheaper than the Pat McGrath, but I would still expect a bit of a better pump. So I'm not a fan of the pump, but other than that, I really do like how this foundation is looking so far. But I'll let you know how the other products that I use layer on top of it. But so far, so good. So next I'm gonna do some concealing. I've already been over my concealing process before, so this isn't something that I'm gonna show on camera, so I'm just gonna do that. So far, the concealer has been laying really well on top of this. I will say I do have drier skin, especially in the winter time. So like I have a little bit of a flake down here on my nose. And of course the foundation's emphasizing that a little bit, but that's not something unusual. So not complaining about that. So next I'm going to go into my cream bronzer. So today I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. This is in the lightest shade, which is called Fair Medium. So I'm gonna dot this around my face. Gonna use an angled rougher, which is a natural hairbrush, to blend that in throughout my hairline, cheekbones, a little bit on the nose. So here's what the bronzer looks like on the face. I didn't see it lift up my foundation at all. It blended really well into the foundation. So again, really no complaints, really liking the foundation. And this is a bronzer product I really enjoy using, so it needs to work with any foundation I decide to use. Next, I'm gonna go into blush, which this is also from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beauty Light Wand, and this is in the shade Pink Gasm. So I'm just gonna dot this on my cheeks, blend it out with a beauty sponge, again, hoping that it doesn't take off any of my foundation. Wow, I can see why Angie likes this foundation so much. I mean, all my products are laying beautifully over it. It provides such a nice, natural, glowy finish, but still provides a good amount of coverage. And the shade match, I mean, really nice. And they have a really good shade range too. So I am impressed with this foundation. I need to listen to Angie more often. Going back into my concealer just to conceal again all over the face. And now we're going to go into my cream highlighter. So this is the Glossier NiteShine in Pale Pearl. I just realized they discontinued this, which I was kind of mad about because this is a really, really great product. But yeah, they discontinued this at the beginning of 2021. So that's really crappy. And I was kind of mad to see that. But this is a great highlighter if you have it in your collection already, or if you can manage to get your hands on it. I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna dot this on my cheeks and again, blend it out with the beauty sponge. The highlight blended really well into the foundation. Foundation didn't get picked up by the highlighter. So again, I think my favorite cream products are working really well with this foundation, so really happy about that. I am going to do my under eye concealer, baking with powder, brows, all that fun stuff off camera, and then we're going to go into some new Natasha Denona products, new to me Natasha Denona products, including their eye primer, which Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner absolutely loves, and one of their mini eyeshadow palettes. All right, under eyes and brows are done. So next I'm going to be going into this Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. This is in the shade 01 Light/Beige, which this is the lightest shade that they have. So I've actually already used this primer a few times this week just to test out with eyeshadow formulas that I already know and enjoy and know that I like, just to see if I do actually like this primer or not. And I will say I do like the primer. It's a big difference from what I'm used to because this primer is very much an opaque, like it says, eyeshadow base. So it's a lot more opaque. It like cancels out any discoloration or redness on your lids, while my go-to Milani eyeshadow primer is very much a clear, drying eyeshadow formula. So that's a little bit different to get used to. Also, I feel like this one is a lot tackier than the Milani one for longer. So if you don't like a tacky base, you either want to set this or you probably don't want to use this. So I've already tried this out. I do like it. Is this tiny little bottle worth the price? I don't know quite yet. I'll get back to you on that. But I do like the primer. Do I think it's gonna replace my Milani? I'm not so sure. So the way I apply this primer is I just take it on my finger and I just tap it all over my lid. And I mean, you only need one dip to cover both eyes because a lot of primer comes out on the applicator. See, look at how opaque that is. Look at this eye compared to my other eye. Quite the difference. So here is the eyeshadow base on my lids. And so the next step is, of course, eyeshadow. And believe it or not, I have never tried any Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow formula, none of them. So I decided I want to try Natasha Denona in 2021. I didn't want to buy one of her mid-size or full-size palettes because I wasn't too keen on spending, $60 to $120 on a formula I've never tried before. So I decided to get one of her minis. So this is the Mini Glam palette. I got this from Sephora. I decided to get this one over the other mini palettes because cool tones are still a bit of a hole in my collection, cool tone neutrals. So I thought this would fill a little bit of that hole that I have in my collection. Also, I just felt like I really liked the color story. And it seems like everybody loved the Natasha Denona Glam palette, which came out in 2020. That was like one of people's favorite 2020 palettes. So I was like, well, I'll try the mini glam. How about that instead of the full size glam? So I'm trying this on my eyes today. I'm planning on using every single shade. I'm gonna walk you through what I'm doing with that. So I'm excited to try this. So I'm going to take this lightest brown shade. It's called Seed, and I'm gonna take this on my Nabla N306. I will say I do love my Rephr brushes, this is a side note, but if you want really good synthetic bristle eye brushes, these Nabla ones are really, really great. I got these in the Trend Mood box that came out, which was like the whole Nabla box with like the side to side palette and the glitter palette and these brushes and actually the mascara that I currently use as well. So love Nabla brushes. If you like synthetics, I think these are a good way to go. So I'm gonna take that shade, fluffy crease brush, just fluff it all throughout the crease. That shade blended really, really nicely into the crease. So far, liking the palette, but I've only tried one shade. So next I'm gonna take this dense packer brush. This is a Nabla N103, and I'm gonna take this dark brown. This is called Harlow, and I'm just gonna tap that on my outer corner. I am going to blend that out with the N305 from Nabla. There's a little bit of patchiness within my crease on my right eye, so I'm gonna go back to that crease shade with the brush that I use for my crease just to see if I can blend that out and get rid of that patchiness. Not sure if that's the eyeshadow formula or the primer, since I've never used the two combined before. Something I noticed right away using these mattes, which I find really interesting, is that there's really no need to tap off like any excess pigment that you have on your brush, because they're just a little bit harder pressed, it seems like, than mattes that I'm used to working with. So they do give a lot of pigment, but they don't have a lot of fallout. It's kind of interesting. I'm not really used to working with a formula like this. So far, I am liking the mattes, and I was able to blend out that little bit of that patchy spot. I'm not sure exactly what that was. I don't know if it was the primer or the eyeshadow formula, but I think I will be trying the Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula with my normal Milani primer at some point. But so far, liking how the eye look looks, I think the mattes work pretty well. So now I'm gonna go into my trusty glitter primer, apply that to my lid, and we'll go into some metallics. So first I'm gonna go into this darkest metallic. This is called Harlow, and I'm gonna take this on my finger and apply this to that first portion of my lid that's closer to the outer corner. This is a really soft metallic. Feels nice on the finger. Good pigment too. Oh wow, that applies really pretty. I like this. Even though this is like kind of like a boring neutral palette, I still think it's just a really classy, nice look. And I mean, who doesn't love a mini palette? I might be a convert to the Natasha Denona formula. I feel like people, at least in like the beauty community, are either like team Natasha Denona or Team Pat McGrath when it comes to like those like super luxury eyeshadow palettes, and until today I've been Team Pat McGrath, and I still think I love Pat McGrath's formula. I still think her formula is my favorite so far, but man, I might also be on Team Natasha too. Like I kind of get the hype. So next we're gonna go into this shade called Faye, more towards the inner part of the lid. These metallics are just so soft and really, really pretty on the eye. Wow. These are really, really nice. I might need to buy some more Natasha palettes. I'm really impressed. Wow, these metallics are beautiful. I really am liking them. So I've just dusted off my bake. I'm going to take a Nabla N304. I'm gonna go back into that darkest matte Harlow, and I'm going to smudge that on my lower lash line. This is such a nice sultry eye. I really like this. And last but not least, I'm going to take Golden Flesh. I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. I must say, I am super impressed with the Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula. I mean, look at this, it just looks absolutely beautiful. So off camera, I'm going to put on some eyeliner, mascara, and then I will come back, show you the lip product that I'm using. This is a lip product that I've used twice already, and I really enjoy, and then I'll just wrap up and give you all my thoughts. So this is the completed look other than lips, of course. So for lips, I'm going to take the Tower 28 Milky Lip Jelly Lip Gloss. This is in the shade Cashew, and I've used this multiple times before. I've used this twice before, actually this past week. I love this lip gloss. It's so moisturizing on the lips, provides a nice shine, provides the perfect amount of color. Really, really happy with this lip gloss. So that's what it looks like on the lips. I feel like it goes really, really nicely with this eye look. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts overall on the new products I tried today. So first up, we had the Natasha Denona Foundation X. I, so far, really, really like this product. I have to admit, I was doubting Angie a little bit when she recommended this, just because on the Sephora website, it says this has like a matte finish and it's like full coverage, and I was like, ooh, I don't like either of those things. But it is not either of those things. I would say it's a light to medium coverage. I would say it's very much a natural finish. So really, really liking this foundation. This is a great shade match for me. Really happy I got this. The next new product is the eyeshadow base, also from Natasha Denona. This, so far, a bit of mixed opinions. I do like how it covers the pigment on my eye, so it just provides a nice, clean, even base. I think it lasts a while on the lid. What I don't like is that I have some dry spots just because my skin type is a bit on the drier side. Also, it's winter, so that doesn't help things at all. And I feel like this can emphasize dry spots on your eye. And with the palette in particular, when I used it today, I did have a little bit of patchiness. Not sure if that was due to the primer or the palette, but I have a feeling it's due to the primer just because it is really, really sticky. But it was really easy to blend out that patchiness. Everything turned out fine in the end. And I have used this primer with eyeshadow formulas that I do like, and I had a little bit of the same issue with a little bit of patchiness, but again, easy to blend out, easy to use. So I think I do like this primer. Will it replace my Milani primer? That remains to be seen. And of course, the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette. So my thoughts on this. It is absolutely beautiful. The mattes blend like a dream. They aren't very powdery at all, but they still have a lot of pigment. The metallics, really, really beautiful. Do I think the metallics are anything special like my beloved Pat McGrath? No, I don't think these metallic textures are anything unique that I don't already have in my collection, but the mattes I think are really special. So I do enjoy this palette. I'm looking forward to trying more Natasha palettes in the future. So those are some new products, well, at least new to me products, that I got from Sephora recently. And I must say, I do like all of them. Trying them out on camera, giving you all a good, really good first impression. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, please like this video. If you like me, please subscribe. And if you all have any ideas for videos that you'd like to see me film, please let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate any feedback that you all may have to give me. So with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me, and I hope to see you soon during my next video. Bye.